welcome to another episode of Backstage Pass. This episode is particularly special for me because it features none other than Miss Cindy Lam Lorimer, which many of you know is half owner of PLG Estates, which is where all these crazy videos come from. But she's also my wife. We've had lots of requests for more Cindy, more Cindy, more Cindy, so we decided to do an episode completely dedicated to her and her story. Cindy came to the United States in 1978 as a penniless refugee escaping the war in Vietnam, and her story is, like so many other people in this fabulous country, miraculous. So you might laugh, you might cry, but come with us on the journey of Cindy Lam Lorimer for this very special episode of Backstage Pass. See you. I kind of want to go back to the beginning, to how you came to the United States, where you came from, your journey. So can you tell everybody out there, how did you arrive in Los Angeles?
Okay. I came here in 1978. Don't do the math. When I was 5. And then I was a boat person from Vietnam.
So just to you skip over that, you were a refugee Vietnamese boat person that was escaping the war in Vietnam, correct?
Correct. I mean, the war ended several years prior to that. And then we got on a boat. So basically my mom brought all 4 of us kids, myself and my 3 siblings, by herself, along with, her sisters and her brother and their family, and got a ticket on, it's kind of emotional talking about it.
Of course.
So got us all tickets on a boat. There was 1,000 people on the boat, and the boat could only carry 500 people, so we were double the maximum limit. So then when we stopped, I think at a port in Thailand, the Coast Guards had to send all 500, literally half of the people on the boat, back to Vietnam with nothing.
If I am correct, they had left everything behind in Saigon to escape the North Vietnamese coming down and taking over, and they just left everything behind. And then when they got to Thailand, it was discovered that the papers weren't in order and they had to go back.
Correct.
Wow.
And then we ended up in Malaysia, which is a refugee camp there, and stayed there for a year. So I was only 5 at the time, and then...
So skipping through, obviously, a very grueling and intense couple of years when you were 5 and 6 and probably early 7, where did you land when you got to the United States?
We first arrived in San Diego, but it didn't mesh with us. So then my mom had some friends in Hawthorne in the South Bay area, so then that's where we moved to. My mom, bless her soul, literally came here with nothing, with not even $1 in her pocket. So we're, your true immigrants who survived and made a living. And, my mom was a single mother and took care of all of us.
Now, obviously, we're blurring the lines here between business and personal. You obviously went to school, and then you went to university, and there's a long road there. How did you? And this may sound like I'm trying to direct the conversation back to myself. How did you meet me? No. No. Tell everybody your journey. How did you become a successful business owner of 2 brokerages in Los Angeles?
Okay. I went to Cal State Northridge, graduated there, got a bachelor's degree, worked full-time in addition to going to school full-time. And then skip forward to when I met Peter. We actually met at the Avalon at a club, not
At a rave.
it wasn't a rave, it's a club.
It was a
And
rave.
it's a club.
Glow stick.
It's a rave, okay. The day before, I remember it was because we met on a Saturday. So then the day before, which was a Friday, I was working all day. And I know Peter loves it when I tell this story. It was a Friday, and all day during work, I was like, gosh, I have these like weird butterfly feelings in my stomach, and I don't know what it is. And I kept thinking it was doom, like something was gonna happen, like someone was gonna die or something.
Doom. It was doom.
And then sure enough, that night, and I still felt that like weird butterfly nervous feeling in my stomach.
5 years
all
into the
day
marriage.
Saturday. And then not until that night that those feelings went away. And I kept saying to my coworkers all day Friday, something really bad's gonna happen. Something really bad is gonna happen to me or someone I love.
Oh, God.
And then the very next day I met the lovely Peter.
I am going to jump in here for a second because this is important. Cindy, as I mentioned earlier, is a tour de force, right? You are fair but tough, and I think you are the brightest human being I've ever met.
Please.
And I've said that to you many, many times.
You have this taped.
You have it taped. But no, I mean, I am going on record saying it. You have, I mean, maybe there are some people out there watching, how can you live together and work together, have kids together and own companies together? I'm here to tell you it's a fucking nightmare. But you know what? We make
We
it.
do it.
We go on vacation together. I mean, of course, with children.
Well, we don't.
And then we hang out together and
Sometimes not by choice. No, I'm kidding. My choice. There were definitely challenges as far as, in 2008, 2009, when the market crashed, we're like, oh my gosh, we're here doing short sales and this and that. And, but I think as far as, in my opinion, I just kind of went with the flow and did what we had to do to survive and did what we had to do to, move ahead. And, we stuck through it. I mean, we've been through a lot together. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, our 10-year wedding anniversary. But we do it and we have fun doing it. We have a laugh every day. We have a cry every day. And we have screaming arguments every day. Not every day,
she
but...
screams at me. And I cry.
I cry internally.
Yeah, I laugh internally. So, you are someone I do look up to, right? I do look up to, because you're my wife, so I profoundly respect you for that, and the mother of our children. And we have, as you said, we went through the ringer. I don't know if you want to talk about...
Yeah, what Peter is mentioning is that if we can survive what happened to us many years ago, we can survive anything together, which is, in between Emily and Oliver, there's a bigger, age gap because we lost William. We lost William when I was 33 weeks pregnant. So
Full baby. He was a full baby.
it was a stillbirth, and he was born 6 pounds, and we went through the darkest of times together.
We did.
And it was a complete dark cloud that hovered over us and stayed with us until Oliver was born. And so then after that, Peter and we survived the 2008 crash, and then we survived the loss of baby William, and then,
So
at this point, and it doesn't matter because
everything is gravy, really.
everything is gravy.
Now, there's one thing I haven't mentioned on camera, which I want to mention on camera. You are profoundly sizzling hot, right? Which, in LA, I think can actually hurt a woman when she's trying to forge a career. Because people look at a beautiful woman, and think, well, she can't possibly have brains and beauty. You know, this society's not quite, maybe in 100 years from now, that won't be the case. So to people out there who are like you, who maybe, pretty or not is irrelevant, but just to the women out there that want to forge a career just like you have done, do you have some advice?
I say stick with what you believe in. Stay true to yourself, because you're going to get knocked down many times, and you just got to get yourself up and keep marching forward. And, you know, something my mom always said to me when anytime I had a rough period in my life, she would say, what is meant to be yours, Cindy, will always be yours. And what's not meant to be yours, no matter how hard you try, will never be yours. And that has stuck with me in pretty much everything, every aspect in my life.
So that means I'm meant to be yours.
You're meant to be mine. No matter how much I try to get rid of you, you're still here.
I guess, you know, one last thing. Do you want to have anything else you want to say? The one last thing I want to say is, and I mean this very, very sincerely,
Why?
is I love you more every day.
Thank you.
That's enough.
I love you too.
It's okay.
I do that because I know exactly what he's expecting to hear and wants to hear.
We're on camera. We're on camera right now.
Well, you can edit.
Okay. I love you more every day, and I have learned more from you than I've learned from any human being in my life. And I truly feel blessed, and you are the best thing that ever happened to me.
Thank you. I love you too.
You don't need to say it, it's okay. I feel it on the inside. So that's it for another Backstage Pass. I want to personally thank my lovely wife, Cindy, for being such a fabulous guest. We will be back again next week with another Backstage Pass. And don't forget, you can always like, subscribe, and comment. We love your comments. Keep commenting. And so until next time, I will see you later. Bye.